told you we was giving you the okay back today to make a way. He gon' die today, nobody.
Alright, man, life is good. How you doing?
I'm good, man.
DJ LYFE.
Yes, sir.
OakA interview. How's everything been going, man? I feel like DJing is probably the hardest in the music industry thing with COVID, hardest hit.
It's been going good, but I mean, as far as club wise, it's been tough. So the main thing right now is just, you know what I'm saying, tap in with the artists. What I'm trying to do right now is just artist development, give artists a different kind of platform that wasn't there already. So like doing music reviews, doing the clubhouse meetings, you know, stuff like that. Right now I'm working on a mixtape, so just stuff like that, just to bring artists together and kind of change direction and go with the times as we deal with now. So.
Okay. So let's. Is music always been something you're interested in? Just kind of
actually,
over that.
I mean, yeah. Main thing I was doing before this, I was playing football. So like obviously, to get prepared for football, I was listening to music and zoning out to music and working out to music. So music was always there. It just wasn't a main focus. Like I didn't think I was gonna be a DJ. You know what I'm saying? My goal was to be in the league or something like that. You know. But other than that, it just happened organically.
You played ball in college?
Yep, I went to college.
You went to UCL, right?
I went to Weber first, Weber State, where Damian Lillard played. Got to see him for one season, and then I transferred out and went to UCL.
Okay. So are you from Oklahoma originally?
Yeah, I'm from Del City, Oklahoma.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And then so you started DJing like college parties, or?
I started DJing. My first party was a college party. It was out in Weber State. It was off of Virtual DJ. I think that was like my first party, but it wasn't serious. It was just like I was just playing music off of YouTube and Virtual DJ. YouTube, Virtual DJ. It just depends on whatever it was. It was just making a playlist and setting it up at that point. It wasn't scratching or nothing crazy like that. I didn't get into all that until I got to UCL. So,
okay. So what? I mean, you just always been somebody that people like look to for music. What made them give you that?
I think what gravitated people towards me was. Once people see what I can do, once I got up there in the game, and once I start getting booked more, the house parties is what started it on. Like, if you went to UCO, you probably been to my house party. So, like, that's one thing I always provided was a house party for UCO, and like a party atmosphere for UCO. So, we had a cool little wave at one point in time. It was me and GQ. Mm-hmm. And at that time, we were like a duo, so we was like a Daft Punk type shit. So like, if you was with us, then you knew what it was.
So, but I mean, like really, like that first time, what made you want to DJ that first party you did? You know, you say it wasn't really like something serious, but
to be honest,
is that okay. Necessity or what?
No, so look, it's a crazy story. So like, I remember I had this surround sound that I got from my mom's crib. It was like an old school like. Literally like a house surround sound. So I took that from the crib. I was just using it for my room at the time. So in my dorm room. And at the time it was my boy MC, A1, and Ray Westbrook. We were always throwing parties at Ray Westbrook's apartment at the time. He played on the football team as well. And Ray was like, man, why don't you just start DJing? And that was just like, I was like, I don't really want to do that. And like I was just playing it off. And then like one night he just hit me up. He was like, hey, bring your shit over to the crib. They was actually at the club. I wasn't old enough to go to the club. So they went to the club and I was at home and they just called me up like 2 o'clock. We had a little function. I was like, fuck it, let me try this DJ shit. And I was on Virtual DJ and it was cool. Like everybody said, you cool at it. Then eventually I linked up with GQ at a house party and that's just the start of me DJing. Like when I linked up with GQ and it was just like, we hit it off.
Okay, so at what point were you like, really get into mixing and like actually DJing instead of just like putting playlists together, you know what I'm saying? It's more, that's more of an art to that.
Yeah, so at first, this is kind of an embarrassing story, so I'll tell this story because I tell this to everybody. This is what really made me like up my DJ game. So I DJ'd my first club, it was an 18 and up club. Ryan Walker had booked me, he go by Cobra. He booked me. He booked GQ and he booked Wayne and stuff. So me and GQ were resident DJs there. Everybody knows the resident DJs close out. So GQ goes first, then Wayne comes, and it's like probably like 11 or 12. It's the hot spot of the, you know what I'm saying, the hot hour. So Wayne comes, kills it. Then he, I guess he gets on the mic and like, all right, I'm finna go to such place. Everybody leaves. Everybody.
Yeah.
I'm talking about everybody leave. And then I'm just stuck there with nothing to DJ. I still got a DJ because I got booked. You know what I'm saying? I still got a DJ. So it's just like, that was a lesson learned. Like, you ain't shit yet. Like, and they did that on purpose. Like Cobra told us, he said, I did that on purpose because I wasn't practicing at the time. I was just showing up, playing full songs. I didn't give a fuck. I was just there just to collect the check. And it's more to DJ than that. A lot of people think it's just easy to press play and keep it moving. It ain't that easy. You gotta learn how to interact with the crowd as well. So that made me up my game. I spent days really, but that next day was kind of like some hours of practice. I stayed up 2 nights in a row just trying to figure shit out on YouTube, practicing what I was learning off YouTube, and then applying it to my mixing and trying to figure out how to scratch, trying to figure out how to blend, and just shit like that. And eventually I was just like, that'll never happen again. And then the next party I DJ with Wayne, I just knew I had to, you know what I'm saying, show out. And that's on YouTube actually. The next party, by that time I was in this thing, DJ Wayne had helped me out a little bit on how to blend and what to do and what not to do in a sense. So I think that kind of made me go use more technique than just show up and press play.
And then so at what point, we'll kind of explain what Core DJs is, if somebody doesn't know. And then talk
Man,
about
I tell people this all the time. Core DJs is the best thing you can be a part of as a DJ in the world. I tell people this all the time. It's a lot of groups out there, but I look at Core DJs as like, that's the NFL to me. Like all the other shit is JUCO, college, and other bullshit. Like no disrespect to them, but in my eyes, that's what I'm saying. In my eyes, that's the league. And like when I got that stamp and that approval, that kind of made me go harder and made me invest more time into DJing. So that kind of solidified like I'm a pillar, but also you gotta work to stay there. So it's just like the league. Like once you get there, if you slack off, you know you can get cut at any moment. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like one of those things where I look at it as I made the league. Now I gotta make some moves to, you know what I'm saying, be a key player.
And it's basically like almost like a fraternity.
Yeah, it's definitely a brotherhood. So like if you go anywhere in the state, there's a Core DJ, man. It's Core DJs worldwide for a reason. So you can actually go anywhere in the world and pretty much find a Core DJ.
Wait, so when did you get involved with that?
I think I've been a Core DJ for 3 years now. I think it was 2017, 2018, 1 or 2, yeah, somewhere around there.
And then so I know you kind of been involved with a lot of like the Thunder players and stuff like that. So is that, I know you said you were cool with Ray Westbrook, did that come from that?
Part of it came from Ray. Then part of it was just organic. T. Ferg was just an organic dude, and we just gravitated to each other. And, you know what I'm saying? He showed love. You know what I'm saying? He took me to Miami for like a month or so. Like, you know what I'm saying? He showed love in a sense. So it's like that's a brother you can't, you know what I'm saying, forget or ever turn your back on.
So let's kind of want to transition now to just kind of what you got going now. So you're No Hezo official DJ, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so kind of talk about that relationship and how you got involved in it.
So No Hezo came about through Doug. Doug is both of our managers. So Doug manages both of us. Doug kind of brought it to the table in a different kind of way. So at the time I was DJing for K Deuce, which is my cousin. K Deuce is also my cousin. So K Deuce had an NBA YoungBoy show. And when K Deuce did the YoungBoy show, I was obviously DJing, and then he brought No Hezo on stage, which was unbelievable. Like you would have thought that show was their show. Like the way they performed, the way they carried themselves, that was their show. It wasn't. I completely forgot we was having YoungBoy there. So it was just like something different for the city to see, and that kind of got me involved with No Hezo. So I already heard about him through the single he had at the time called Change, and Doug kept, hey, listen to the song, listen to the song, listen to the song. And at that time, I really was just brushing it off like, I ain't trying to listen to nothing right now. I'm trying to I'm trying to do my own thing. I'm in the clubs now, so it's just like I'm trying to stick to the club stuff. And I listened to it finally, and then I think I tweeted him or something like that. I don't know. I think I did tweet him, and I told him that song hot, like this shit hard. So I started playing it in the club. We did the Young Boy show, and then K Deuce kind of put it out there like, shit, you can DJ for both of us. And then Hezzo was just like, yeah, shit, you can DJ for both of us. So I started DJing for both of them. Whoever had a show, that's who I was DJing for.
That show is kind of legendary. I feel like Oklahoma City. Like, I've seen a lot of.
Shout out to Dre Songs. Dre Songs didn't put that on.
I've seen a lot of openers get treated bad. For somebody to be able to go out and like really capture the crowd, it's cool. But and then so that was what, like, that's been like 2 years. So you've been DJing pretty much the whole time you've been.
Yep. Okay. Pretty much.
And then so are you? You were getting that about that before that?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about the top 20 playlist. That's been kind of the hot game lately. Like people have been talking a lot about. So I kind of want to know, like, I know you spoke on it a little bit, kind of trying to like develop artists and help them out, but just kind of speak on what the top process is.
Okay. So the playlist came about because I saw a lot of DJs in other states creating a top 20 list. Like, it's easy to go find Atlanta top 20. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to go find LA Leakers playlist for LA artists. You know what I'm saying? So there was no playlist for Oklahoma artists. I'm pretty sure there's a Houston top 20. There's probably a Dallas top 20 and stuff like that. But like, there's top 20s everywhere you go besides Oklahoma. And Oklahoma we probably do got a playlist, but it isn't. You know what I'm saying? It isn't where artists know about it. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like I listen to enough artists. I take the time to listen to enough artists that I can do something like that. Like, artists send me stuff all the time. I'm pretty sure y'all follow my page. I'm posting pretty much an artist every day. So I didn't want to take the DJ Academics route of posting, controversial shit and throwing artists under the bus and doing all the crazy shit. So I highlighted what needs to be highlighted in the city, in Tulsa, Lawton, Ardmore, and which is the music. You know what I'm saying? So the main thing is getting the music out there first. So all the other shit gonna come with it.
And then so you're gonna keep updating that weekly, right?
Yeah, every Friday I'm gonna update it. This Friday was the first update. I just updated it not too long ago before y'all came. So that should be out right now on all platforms. I'm thinking about doing a YouTube version of it, but a lot of artists don't got a video to the songs that are on the playlist. But I'm thinking if it's on YouTube, I'll just do this audio of it, and then whoever got a video, just throw the video on there, because I've seen that done as well too.
And then so, I know a lot of artists watch our stuff. Is there a way that they can get in contact with you if they want to be on the playlist, or is it just kind of what you're picking?
Just the same way, via email, social media. Most artists got my phone number, so they can shoot me a text, say, hey bro, listen to this. My brother Nolak, he seen that I wasn't, tapped into his music. He sent me his music with ease. And then TRX is another dude that kind of inspired what I got going with the playlist, because I was only highlighting drill and club bangers and just turn-up music. I wouldn't even categorize it, turn-up music. So I was just putting turn-up music on the playlist. And then there's a whole different side of Oklahoma that people don't know about, which is more lyrical, more music that have a message. So I've always heard of Chris McCain, but I've never listened to his music. And I've known JB and I've listened to his music. I like JB's music. A lot of people probably wouldn't think I was, because I'm a club DJ, and they be like, where can you play that music at? But it's what I like, you know what I'm saying? And 9 times out of 10, I'm not playing a song that I like. I'm playing a song that the people like. So I know that I have another side of fan base, because when I put songs like that, or when I'm in the car, or when I'm doing whatever I'm doing outside of the club, or even if I'm on Hold Up Baby Radio, doing something like that, and they listen to that music, a lot of times people gravitate like, what song is that? Like a JB song we played on there, people were like, what song is that? A lot of people hated on him for a while, you know what I'm saying? So, well, my age group hated on him for a while, so I would say that, but yeah.
It's definitely a generational gap.
Exactly.
Like the content of the music, for sure.
And then when you say that generational gap, if somebody meet somebody like me listen to that, they gonna like, all right, let me give that a chance. Let me see what that's talking about.
And then so I know you just told us you're working on the mixtape, right?
Yep, Welcome to Oklahoma 4.
Okay. So talk about that.
Welcome to Oklahoma 4. This is kind of different because I want to highlight 4 just because it highlights where I come from. So I'm from the south side of Oklahoma City, Sunny Lane and 44. So that's kind of a big part of me. That's part of my story as a DJ as well, just because a lot of that musical inspiration came from that. Like Wayne's from there, Dre songs, Taiwan, made in Taiwan, I should say. It's a lot of DJs that are from that area, Vegas, that are from that area that inspired me to become a DJ. So I feel like 4 should be like the highlight of it all. Hopefully, I can get everybody in one studio and do a lock-in. That's my plan. That's my goal. Even if it's not a studio, we can rent out an Airbnb, do it at an Airbnb, something like that, where it's a lock-in. Artists are bumping elbows. Because the last time when me and you first met at the studio, at KLS Studio, that was actually the first time I've seen artists talk about something when they had a disagreement.
Yeah.
That was the first time. Normally it don't go like that. And another thing was that was P-Wop and No Hezbol's first time meeting.
Okay.
And something that sparked that when they were talking, P-Wop said, "I like that song that you did, da 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 da." And Hezbollah was like, "For real?" Damn. He said, "I like this song, da da da." And they didn't know that they were listening to each other's song. You know what I'm saying? Most artists like, "Should I play my shit when I'm in the car?" But they playing each other's shit, and they just like, "Yeah, I fuck with that. I fuck with that." And a lot of artists really be listening to other artists, tapped in with them. But it's just like, I ain't got to publicize or, you know what I'm saying, do shit like that. It's just organic, genuine. When I see you, I'm going to tell you, I like your song. If I don't like it, I don't like it. It's no disrespect. It's just, it is what it is. So I think something like that kind of inspired Welcome to Oklahoma 4, and it's going to be a big thing. I got J. Cole on it. He's going to be, I want to say, executive producer or the host of the mixtape. So, and he's the voice of Oklahoma, so I definitely wanted to have him a part of it. There's going to be some producers that I definitely want, like GQ, ADH Balancing, Cut a Classic, Bandman, just a lot of people. I definitely want you guys involved for, documentation reasons. Scholar Kid, Traduction, just a lot of different, a lot of different people that invested into the scene of Oklahoma. So it's gonna be 4 different aspects of it. You know what I'm saying? You got your clothing lines, apparel, you got your videographers or your bloggers, your artists, your DJs, producers, just stuff like that. So that's kind of why I did it like that on 4.
Yeah, that's dope. We can definitely talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
I feel like I was gonna ask you kind of what you kind of just took my question, but like how you feel the like climate of Oklahoma music is, and just kind of like. Go ahead.
I got it. So the climate of Oklahoma music is I'm gonna say is really hot because now you got Lawton artists like Bankroll Jug. Now you got Tulsa artists like Gang Ta June, Cuddy, Steph Simons, Oklahoma artists, Southwest Dez, No Hezo, OG Tony D, like the list goes on. It's so big. Neighborhood Barbie, like it's just so crazy. And Neighborhood Barbie is my favorite artist in Oklahoma right now because she's a female, bro. Like I haven't heard of a female rapping since No Hezo's mom, like Lady Ace. Like that's the last time I heard of a big female artist like that. So that's just, in a sense, that's just dope. And a lot of artists are behind her. So whether you like her music or not, you're just like, yeah, we got that female artist, like that's the one. So yeah.
How do you feel like the relationships are as far as like, obviously I feel like it's building a lot better even in the last few months than it has been in the past, but like just kind of the support everybody's showing, just touching on it a little bit.
I think everybody's seeing that egos ain't getting them nowhere, and a lot of people are dropping those guards because there's people that are connecting those dots now. It's like that's the missing thing that we had in Oklahoma was connecting the dots. Like nobody's connecting those dots. Like, hey, this so and so, y'all lock in. This so and so, lock in with him. You know what I'm saying? This okay, lock in with them. Like a lot of people don't know. So when they don't know, they feel like they're bigger than that person, or not even if they're bigger than that person. It's like, why should I know them? You know what I'm saying? What do they do? You know what I'm saying? So, and that's kind of like, sometimes I take that as my fault, because if I know you and I don't introduce you to a No Hezo, or No Hezo don't introduce me to you, or vice versa, or whatever, I feel like that's what we're missing. A lot of people are holding on to their connections because they feel like that's gonna help their fan base grow, but fan bases are built together. Like, Young Thug helped build Lil Baby's fan base. Like, Lil Baby wasn't even rapping, he was just in their group. So I feel like now it's just more so of connecting those dots and making artists rub elbows and producers rub elbows with artists and DJs rub elbows with artists and producers. So everybody connecting the dots.
And I feel like one person's success in the state is good for everybody, because it's not like we have a whole, you know what I'm saying, a whole list of people to look to. So.
And I learned that from just being around Wayne a lot. Like, I was around Wayne so much that it'd be like, hey, this is my little brother, this life. Y'all tap in. I was getting numbers from people in Dallas, so.
You also, talk about your situation at the Saints.
Saints, I'm the resident DJ. Shout out my brother DJ Kilo. He's helped me a lot, like, moving forward now in just DJing aspect. Because at first I was in a box of just, like I told y'all, trap, turn up club music and stuff like that. This dude expanded my music on like EDM, fucking Latin music, big on reggae, like reggae Afro beats. I think between him and DJ Sins, they probably like put me on to something different. So I think in that aspect of it, Saints has really developed me more into a DJ than I was before I got there.
What's when are you there?
I'm there Friday, Saturday, and we're planning a Sunday. It's coming soon. We're just waiting on COVID to do its thing and the vaccine to do their thing. And open back up. So when everything open back up, we're gonna be back and rolling on all fours. So
you have anything else that you're working on that you want to?
The main thing I'm working on right now is just me and Hold Up Baby. They're expanding, so I would say we, because I'm part of that family as well. Hold Up Baby is it was an Oklahoma independent radio station. So they play all Oklahoma independent artists. Now we're actually opening it up to different artists from like Dallas, Wichita, the surrounding states basically. So I'm helping them put together a list of artists that they should just be checking out for and looking out for. And they play every Thursday at 6. So you can go literally to holdupbaby.com or holdupbabyradio.com and tap into what they got going on, and you'll probably hear some of the artists like, dang, I didn't even know this was happening, or dang, I didn't even know if I was on here, because I put a lot of artists that are on my playlist, I send it straight to them. Like, that's just, we work as a group.
And then so talk about the, I guess to ask you this, the Oklahoma hip hop movement that you were doing. Is that related to that?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So that's actually the Clubhouse. It's a new app called Clubhouse. So it's a way for us to communicate with Tulsa, Lawton, Ardmore, everybody that's just tapping into the music scene, the hip hop music scene, because I think we were on there on Thursday night. Thursday night was just the rough draft of everything, just how we gonna plan it out, how is everything gonna go. Sunday's actually the official meeting call at 7. What we're doing is every Sunday at 7, we're gonna figure out which artists we're getting behind. Like, everybody's pushing multiple artists, but pushing multiple artists, like, damn, which one is the one? Like, which one is the one, the absolute one? Like, if you had to put all your money into one artist, which one would it be? And that's kind of where it's gonna go. And then also just introducing everybody to everybody, because like I got on there and I met Grind Daily for the first time. Grind Daily's he's a legend in the game, DJ game for a minute, and I've always seen his name. I never could put a face to that name, so I finally got to do that, and that was pretty dope. So Clubhouse is definitely a good move for what we got going on. That's gonna be the Oklahoma hip hop movement every Sunday at 7.
Okay, is that somewhere anybody can get on there and?
Yeah, you can set it up if you get it. If you get the invite or accept it, that's the tough part. Like, when you set your profile up, it'll take a while, bro, for them to accept you. Like, you gotta know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, and if you get accepted in there, then you get accepted. But 9 times out of 10, if I see you on there, if it come to me, then I'll approve anybody that's doing the music scene. If you just on there just to fuck around, I'm probably just gonna be like ignore. So I'm gonna keep it straight 100.
Sure. That's all I got, man. I appreciate you sitting down with this. You have to do it again when, you know what I'm saying, all this stuff starts unfolding and keep in touch. So.
For sure.
Appreciate you, man.
Already. What's good? It's your boy DJ LYFE, hottest DJ in Oklahoma City. You know what it is, man. I'm giving you the okay.